More than a dozen very young athletes claim they were taken advantage of by adults they trusted. Those athletes now taking legal action to try and right the wrong they claim they had to endure. We'll tell you more. The first U.S. gymnast to come forward and say she was molested by a team doctor has just filed a federal lawsuit against him. 17 other women and girls are also part of the suit against Dr. Larry Nassar. Rachel Dane Hollander, who you see here, is the only one who chose not to remain anonymous. Very bold of her. She says she was assaulted by Dr. Nassar when she was just 15 years old. The lawsuit also names several organizations where this doctor worked over the years, including USA Gymnastics, Michigan State University. He is also facing separate criminal charges and could get life in prison if he is convicted. USA Gymnastics tells CNN, quote, "When we first learned of athlete concerns regarding Dr. Nassar in the summer of 2015, we immediately notified the FBI and relieved him of any further assignments. USA Gymnastics has fully cooperated with the FBI in its investigation. We find it appalling that anyone would exploit a young athlete or child in this manner. We are grateful to the athletes who have come forward." Michigan State University says, quote, "The university began an internal review in September, looking at all aspects of operations involving Nassar's work at the university. It will continue as new information and/or allegations are brought forward. An external law firm is advising MSU on the review, which will result in disciplinary action if necessary." Also, MSU initiated a separate review looking closely at our clinical policies and operations to determine if there are steps we should take to make improvements. Another defendant listed in the lawsuit, Twisters USA, has not responded to us for comment. But joining me now, Sky Daly is one of the attorneys who filed this lawsuit. I keep thinking about the fact these are 18 women who are bold enough to come forward and do this. You believe there's actually more than 18 women, and have you been getting more calls?
Well, actually, there's already 21 women who have filed lawsuits. This latest complaint is a federal lawsuit, and that is the 18 women you're referring to.
I got to talk about this because, you know, parents think about getting their kids involved in these sports, and it's from a litany, by the way. The athletes that have come forward: gymnastics, swimming, skating, track and field hockey, basketball, soccer, the list goes on. It's not just gymnasts. You trust your kids, your beloved precious offspring, with these adults that are charged with their care.
That's right.
And to have something like this happen is unconscionable.
Well, obviously, I couldn't agree more. But I think what's really upsetting about this is, you know, if you handle a case that involves a priest who's molested a child, or a teacher or a scout leader, you know when it's molestation. I mean, you know that there's no circumstance a teacher should touch you like that. But when it's your doctor, I mean, we trust our doctors implicitly. We let them touch us in ways we wouldn't normally let other people touch us. And ultimately, we don't always know that what's happening should never have happened.
I understand that one of the suits claimed that MSU investigated one of the victim's complaints and then dismissed it, saying that the victim, quote, "didn't understand the nuanced difference between sexual assault and an appropriate medical assessment or procedure."
That's exactly right. And that wasn't until 2014 or 2015. And you should keep in mind that in 1999 and the early 2000s, MSU was receiving complaints about Dr. Nassar. They date way back. So it wasn't just till 2014. It was earlier than that.
What has changed, and what still needs to change?
Well, everything. I'm not sure a whole lot has changed, to be honest with you. I mean, remember, MSU doesn't fire Nassar until 2016. USA Gymnastics doesn't fire him until 2015. And I'll note, they didn't even tell Michigan why they fired him. So Michigan continued to employ this guy even while USA Gymnastics knew that he was a danger to kids. So
this may be the catalyst that begins some more change then? Do you believe? Are you hopeful? Is that what the hope of the plaintiffs is as well?
Most certainly. I mean, that's the goal of any of these lawsuits, to be quite honest with you.
Sky, thank you so much for coming on to talk to us about this. Very bold of those women to speak up. Young girls, as young as 9, by the way, we should mention. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much.
Well, a couple of